Hi, this is Stephen Beschloss with America, America.
And I'm Mark Jacob with the Stop the Presses newsletter.
And this is on target.
Today, we want to talk about the Trump tariffs. And last week, he imposed 25% tariffs on foreign parts and cars, and he's planning to tariff a bunch more products this week. He even said that he didn't care if Americans paid more for foreign cars, and which is ridiculous. But what he doesn't seem to understand, and what a new NBC story pointed out quite well, there's no such thing as an all-American made car. I mean, many parts come from other places, and his simplistic view of it is that, well, everyone can just switch to buying American cars. There's no such thing as an all-American car. So anyway, Stephen, I don't think he's got a great grasp on global economy.
Right, right. Can we get over the myth that the so-called businessman knows more about business and the economy than many other people? We're paying the price for that presumption for I think a lot of voters. But in the specifics, you were suggesting, a normal car has approximately 30,000 parts. That was in the story. The normal car sources about 40% of those outside of the
Right.
United States. It gives the example of a Kia electric vehicle, which is about 80% US and Canadian parts. And that's about the best. So this guy who's saying like, "Oh, we're only going to sell all American-made cars in America," completely misunderstands the complex global supply chain that's made it possible for us to have the system that we have that's actually had the ability to have cars from all over the world. People want cars cheaper, but in fact, what he's going to do is going to make cars more expensive.
Right. I mean,
The suggestion is it could be anywhere from 4,000 to $12,500 more expensive because of these tariffs.
right, and for what reason? There's really no. I mean, there's no purpose. The way cars are manufactured today is largely based on efficiency, and sometimes a part will be made in America. It will be shipped to Mexico to become a part of another thing, and that part will be sent back to the U.S. to be assembled into the final product. And this is all done because it's economically advantageous. It's
Right,
not. It's not some sort of anti-American act. It's actually it's good for the consumer. And
right, right.
and for him to, and it's all part of the whole thing, is where the American consumer is going to take the brunt for all of his foolishness.
They're
You know,
taxes. Tariffs are taxes.
right?
There have been
They're
plenty of
consumer tax.
economists who have said exactly as much.
And beyond that, even that, you're also going to get these retaliatory tariffs. Where farmers are going to have to pay more for farm supplies from Canada, and I mean this on and on and on and on. And the thing that just blows my mind about all this is how unnecessary it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, an unnecessary trade war, which undermines our relationship with our neighbors, an unnecessary trade war that's going to further undermine our relationships around the world, and an economy which in October the Economist described as the envy of the world is now at the risk of. Now there's an increasing percentage, now about 35% chance of a recession. GDP is expected to go down. Unemployment is expected to go up. Inflation may go up. Obviously, the prices of things are going to go up. The price of eggs has already been going up. Um, you know, uh, the stock market has been down, and the economy overall is down. And this is what we get from putting a lunatic in office who doesn't understand how the economy works and pretends that he does, and instead is acting on the basis of grievance and whim and vengeance, rather than a careful kind of consideration of actually how economies work and how actually he could be a productive leader of the country.
And the man bankrupted casinos. I mean, come on. And then but you have this myth created by the TV show The Apprentice and other his own braggadocio that he's some sort of economic genius, and he just isn't. And we're all going to suffer for the fact that he isn't.
Yeah, and look, I mean, I wrote a piece earlier today about Trump wants to fix what's not broken.
right.
right? And he breaks what's not broken, and then if later he finds some sort of a negotiation that leads to taking off these tariffs, well, he can then claim that victory, that he has
Right.
achieved a great goal. But part of the problem is that he's generating so much conflict and so much uncertainty. The ripple effects of that are going to be widespread, and the misfortune of that is exactly as you said, it's also unnecessary.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're not to see how bad it is, but it's certainly isn't going to be good.
Yeah, the best we can say is that the decision will be made to end some of these tariffs, but I think we're going to be paying for this a good while, and let's put that in the cumulative bag of the things that need to change.
Yeah, amen. Well, talk to you again next time.
Thank you, Mark. See
All
you
right.
then.